Hi, I'm Michael Fiore, and in this short video, I'm going to do two things as a personal favor for you. I'm going to introduce you to a pair of magical breasts that will get you laid, and I'm going to teach you a secret, recently discovered evolutionary cheat code that opens up the mind, heart, and panties of almost any woman you want. Now, if you've ever played a video game, you already know what a cheat code is and what it does. A cheat code is a simple, secret sequence of button presses that allows you to skip all the BS and the work every other guy has to go through and suddenly get godlike powers which give you absolute control so you can get exactly what you really want. And this scientifically proven evolutionary cheat code I'm about to reveal does the exact same thing to the female mind. The cheat code is a trick of female psychology that allows even the dorkiest guy to subtly press secret buttons in a girl's mind without her having any idea what you're doing to create a powerful emotional response, whether that be lust or love or something deeper you've been holding on to desperately for years, craving in the dark hours of the night, not telling anyone about. And the great thing is that the thousands of guys who have mastered this cheat code already discovered it works to create connection and sexual desire with hot, beautiful, intelligent, amazing women, even if you're short, fat, ugly, broke, have no sense of humor, have no confidence, or get so nervous around girls that you'd rather chew off your own leg than talk to one. So you don't really have an excuse. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly how to use this evolutionary cheat code in just a second. But first, I have to tell you why I care so much about you getting good with girls, getting a girlfriend, and getting laid as much as you want. And to do that, I have to tell you an incredibly embarrassing story I've never shared before because it could ruin my reputation and my life. Like I said, my name is Michael Fiore, and as weird as it is for me to even say it, I'm an internationally known relationship expert. I'm an Amazon and Wall Street Journal best-selling author. I'm married to a gorgeous redhead, hotter, nicer, and sexier than any girl I thought I'd ever get. But beneath all that, hidden from view and scared of the light, I'm a dork, a nerd, a hopeless geek who was so scared of women and had no idea how to talk to them. Probably just like you. All through high school and college and my 20s, I was frustrated and horny and confused by girls and, well, pissed off. Pissed off because the beautiful girls in my class who I wanted so damned much with their short skirts and toned thighs and smiles and smells and poofy 90s hairstyles treated me like I was sexually invisible. Even though I was smart and nice and funny, the girls I lusted after and craved and would kill to have as my girlfriend ignored me. Laura Robbins actually laughed when I asked her out, making my testicles crawl up inside my body in shame. Sherry Martin told me she just thought of me as a friend. Aaron Smith said, "Mike, any girl would be lucky to have you, and I can't believe you're single." And these same girls threw themselves at the dumb jocks and idiots who treated them like crap, used them, and broke their hearts, while I just stood there and watched. And of course, like a sucker, I was there when they came crying back to me afterwards, like Sarah Reynolds did, sobbing about why she couldn't just find a nice guy who would treat her right, while I was right there, gritting my teeth and ready to do anything for her or to her. But she just ignored me, like every girl did. It wasn't her fault. I'll explain why in a second, but she thought of me as some emotional Ken doll. Fun to toy with, but that's it. College was like being an accidental vegetarian at the all-you-can-eat sex buffet. Absolutely gorgeous women everywhere, yet I continued to sexually starve. My dad would call me up and say, "Mike, you must be swimming in girls." And I'd lie to him and say, "Oh yeah, Dad." But I wasn't. In fact, I can count the number of women I slept with in college on 2 fingers of one hand. They weren't that attractive, and I think they only slept with me out of pity or to save their own low self-esteem. After college, I moved to LA and spent 2 long years in a sexual desert. I was working in the TV industry, and everywhere I'd go, I'd see models and actresses and porn stars and toned, tanned flesh. But, and this is embarrassing, the only female contact I got was when I tricked a coworker into giving me a hug. Heather was stressed out about a production budget at work, and I said, "Oh, poor thing," and hugged her like I was her brother. And even though it was just a joke to her, even though I wasn't even attracted to her, I stole that fake affection. I just savored that touch for as long as she would let me, feeling the heat from her body, smelling her hair, wanting more than anything to be wanted. And for 8 more years, things actually got worse. I moved to Seattle and fell into and out of a horrible, sexless relationship where we fought constantly, and she made me ashamed of my sex drive, my penis, my desire to sleep with the woman I thought I loved. Once I was single, I read books by pickup artists and felt this mix of desperate hope and horrible disgust welling up inside me as I tried using lame lines on drunk chicks at clubs. And even though once or twice I got a girl to go home with me for clumsy, passionless, disconnected sex, I just got lonelier. I just felt more hollow. I just watched more porn and got angrier and more pissed off. Angry at the smart, amazing, beautiful girls I wanted who would never fall for lines and who just ignored me, put me in the friend zone, or laughed at the lame lines I'd learned from gurus and called me a player behind my back. At the tall, confident guys the hottest chicks wanted and passed me over for again and again. And most of all, I was so angry at myself for not being good enough, for being desperately unattractive, no matter how much I worked out or how I dressed, for not understanding what women actually wanted, needed, to truly fall for a guy and give themselves to a guy, mind, body, and soul. So what changed everything about my life? What made women easy? What gave me the power to connect with women so they actually approached, hit on, and talked to me? Remember when I told you I was going to introduce you to a pair of magical breasts? I was in Las Vegas at a business conference 4 years ago when I first saw Miss X. She was hot, short, in spiky heels, pretty. She had, and has, amazing breasts. I'm not proud to say it, but I tried a line on her I'd read in some pickup book and watched in horror as her eyes got wide, her mouth formed into a smile, and she laughed at me. See, Miss X wasn't just some hot chick at the hotel bar. She was actually kind of famous. She was a girl who was famous for helping geeky guys like me get girls. She had a podcast, she wrote for magazines, and she was even on TV all the time. And sitting there at the bar, she looked at me and she said,
"I'm not going to sleep with you, but if you want me to, I'll teach you the 3 steps to let you play women like a video game. To seduce, date, marry any girl you want."
A little confused, I said, "Sure," and I sat down and we started talking. Within minutes, I was opening up about everything, about my fumbling attempts to get a great girlfriend since high school, my failed career as a pickup artist who hated using lines on girls but had no idea what else to do, about my confusion around women, about my anger. And then this beautiful woman reached her hand across the table and with a smile I could feel in my pants, said something I wasn't expecting at all.
"Women are liars. Not to you, but to ourselves."
And then she explained the desire gap and the flat-out war going on in every woman's mind. The war between what a woman thinks she wants, a nice guy who will be her friend, and what thousands of years of evolution have programmed her to want. See, no matter what we think, when it comes to sex and love, humans are still just dumb animals, unconsciously trying to propagate our genes through history. And just like you can't make yourself fall for an ugly girl, no matter how nice she is, no matter if she's your best friend, because evolution demands that you try to date the hottest women you can find, women have absolutely no control over who they're primally attracted to. Strong, powerful men who make them feel safe and demand their respect. It's not that women want to be with jerks. It's that jerks, without even knowing it most of the time, trigger powerful emotional responses in women that trip her evolution circuits and trick her into feeling attraction. We'd been sitting there for hours at this point. I was 3 or maybe 12 drinks in, and I was depressed. Depressed because I wasn't a strong, powerful man women would be attracted to, and depressed because I didn't want to be a jerk, to be mean to women just to get them to sleep with me. So I asked her, is there a way to be myself, to be a good guy and still get the girl? She said,
"Mike, knowledge is power, and the knowledge I'm about to give you will make you more powerful with women than you ever thought possible."
And that's when Miss X taught me the code, the evolutionary cheat code for female sexual desire, emotional desire, and even love. And then she explained, to get a woman to want you more than she's wanted any other man, to kick you out of the friend zone forever, to give herself to you absolutely, You just have to press 3 buttons in her mind. Buttons she's evolved to respond to over millions of years, and that women are actually powerless to resist. First, you have to push the connection button to make her feel like you understand her in a way no other man ever has. Now, I can tell you from my own work teaching women about men that women will do anything for a guy if they simply feel seen and understood by him, even if they don't find him physically attractive. Second, you have to push the sexual desire button. The trick here is that for most women, getting turned on by a guy has almost nothing to do with how tall you are, how good looking you are, or how big your dick is. Sex for women is almost 100% mental. And simply by saying a few words to a woman, you can get her mind so turned on, her body is desperate to follow. And third, you have to push the fate button. Now, this is a tricky one, but most women live their whole lives looking for the one and being disappointed as they end up again and again with jerks. But once you understand female psychology, it's almost too easy to make a woman feel like she's destined to be with you, to wake up to you as the one man she knows is the one for her, forever, or even just for one incredible night. As Miss X explained, just push these 3 evolutionary buttons in any girl's mind, and she'll find herself suddenly desperate to be with you, to open up to you in a way she's never opened up to a man before in her life. Without changing a single thing about who you are, suddenly the girl who wouldn't give you the time of day finds herself eyeing you flirtily from across the bar and having no idea why. Suddenly the woman who put you in the friend zone finds herself anxious and desperate to impress you, to have you, to seduce you. Suddenly your ex-girlfriend finds herself overwhelmed with regret, crying about how she screwed things up, begging to have you back, all because you learned a simple cheat code that finally gets you the girl.
Mike, that sounds pretty amazing, but how do I actually push those buttons? What do I do? What do I say?
And that's a great question. But unfortunately, I can't tell you. See, after my evening talking to Miss X, my life changed fast. Suddenly, women weren't scary anymore. They were easy. Easy to talk to, easy to seduce, easy to make not just like me, but to fall for me. At first, I was like a kid at the candy store, meeting and seducing beautiful women and having them actually thank me for it, acting out every sexual fantasy I ever had and a few I didn't know I had. And I know it sounds crazy, but eventually I got bored of the single active bachelor thing, and through it all, I talked to Miss X, watched her on TV as her career took off. But she never publicly revealed the secrets behind the code. The simple secrets she taught me to basically rewire a woman's mind and create incredible levels of emotion simply by pushing these evolutionary buttons in her mind. When I called her and asked her about it, she said,
Mike, I'd love to teach this stuff, but it's just too dangerous for me to do it publicly.
I was exasperated, frustrated, guilty. I had an email list of over 70,000 guys writing me every day, asking me how to truly get the girl. And I knew what I should tell them, the exact techniques and ideas and formulas. I felt like I had a nuclear bomb in the war of the sexes, and I wasn't allowed to use it. So finally I did something I'm not proud of. I begged. I begged Miss X to teach the exact scientific steps for even the dorkiest, most hopeless guy to get the girl. Get her mentally, so you understand her better than she understands herself. Get her emotionally, so she falls in love with you, even if she ignores you now. Get her physically, passionately, eagerly. And after ignoring me, yelling at me, and even calling me a jerk, she finally agreed under 2 important conditions. Condition 1 was that she needed to stay anonymous, at least at first. That nobody was allowed to know it was her teaching this stuff unless they'd actually enrolled in the program first. It could just be too damaging to her career otherwise. And 2, I was only allowed to let good, regular guys in. Guys who aren't models, who aren't pickup artists, who aren't going to use this stuff to manipulate women. Finally, after I'd sworn up and down that I'd do anything to share this material with guys who were suffering like I was, Miss X agreed to do a trial run. And after months of work, we're finally ready to release a program we call Crack the Girl Code. Crack the Girl Code is a step-by-step, almost automatic online training program in which Miss X gives you the secret owner's manual for the female mind and teaches you how to make any woman you want feel an amazing, instantaneous connection with you. So she suddenly lusts after you, chases you, competes for you with other women, and even begs to be yours, whether you've just met her or she's had you in the friend zone for years.
To be honest, I wasn't expecting results so quickly. Even after 1 week, I couldn't believe how different I felt. Women were looking at me differently and responding to me in a totally different way. I've done programs run by men, but honestly, just having the female feedback made a world of difference. Thanks to your advice, my sex life has been revamped. In the past 3 months, I've been in bed with more women than in the last 2 years combined. I've wanted this one girl for years. I just used one technique, and suddenly she was hitting on me. Amazing. Thank you.
As you can see, this material is powerful and life-changing. It's the magic key to finally getting the hot, sexy, devoted girlfriend you've always wanted, or having your pick of any girl you want, whether you want her for a moment, a night, or the rest of your life. Here's just a tiny taste of the incredible tricks and done-for-you techniques you'll learn if you're one of the lucky few guys allowed to enroll in the program today. When you enroll in Crack the Girl Code, you'll discover how to drop a desire bomb in a woman's mind, an insidious thought trap that draws her unconscious back to you again and again for hours or even days after meeting you, even if your interaction seemed totally innocent at the time. The panty dropper note technique. Just slip this note into a girl's hand to send a magical sensation through her body so she rubs her thighs together and craves you more powerfully than she has any man before. Ever wonder why women react the way they do to the voice of Barry White? You'll learn Miss X's vocal seduction technique so you can use your voice as an emotional and sexual remote control where you can turn her on, calm her down, or make her feel something very close to love just by controlling the rhythm and tone of your voice. With Crack the Girl Code, you'll feel like you have a PhD in women as you discover why most women aren't gold diggers but actually are emotionally and physically attracted to rich guys, and how to fool her resource radar into falling for you even if you're dead broke. You'll learn the mind control gaze technique that actually gets women to try to pick you up at the supermarket. You'll learn how to identify a woman's invisible tells, the almost imperceptible signal she gives to say she likes you, wants you to talk to her, or even wants you to rip her clothes off. Fact, most women think they're being obvious, but unless you've been trained, you'll find these tells impossible to spot. In Crack the Girl Code, you'll learn the 13 universal signals women give off and exactly how to create an attraction loop with her to multiply her desire for you by 100. You'll learn why women think they're being nice when they don't return your texts and how to re-spark her interest in you even if it's been weeks or months since you met. How to tell if she's ready for you to kiss her, and how to give her the conqueror kiss that takes her breath away and has her pushing her body against you. Important. If the first kiss is bad, you'll never get a second one. Here's exactly what to do to play her mouth like a violin. How to approach any woman in any circumstance. Miss X developed this method after coaching more than 10,000 guys. The high horse technique of bringing a woman down to your level so she actually competes for you. And no, this doesn't involve insulting a girl, but you'll be shocked at how intensely turned on she is after you use this trick. Always find yourself running out of what to say? Using Miss X's conversation matrix method, you'll be able to talk to a girl about literally anything without ever running out of things to say and without memorizing a single routine. Plus, you'll get the fail-proof openers every girl wants to hear. You'll learn why using logic with women is a death sentence and how to master emotional surfing so you 100% understand what's going on in a girl's mind and heart at any moment. Now this is big. She'll leave your first meeting feeling like you're the first guy she's ever met who's understood her. The Colossus method of handling rejection. How to be totally unbothered by being turned down by a girl, and why using this calmness enhancer causes many women to reconsider and ask for your number. The 30-second phone number trick. Ever catch yourself wondering how to get a girl's number? Use this trick and you'll be able to walk up to a complete stranger and have her typing her number inside 30 seconds. Now here's a hint. You never have to ask for her number at all. And much, much more than I have time to list out here. Here's my simple promise to you as a guy who's been right where you are right now. Simply enroll in Crack the Girl Code. Listen to what Miss X has to say. Learn how to understand women better than they understand themselves. And you'll be amazed at how easy it suddenly becomes to meet women, date women, sleep with women, have exactly the relationship with women you've always wanted. In fact, if you're like a lot of guys, you'll feel like you suddenly have a superpower. The power to instantly attract any woman you want, even if she's ignored you for years, even if she's your ex, even if she has a boyfriend. The power to get any girl you want quickly, easily, and without having to lie, manipulate, or play a single game. Honestly, I can't wait until you feel what it's really like to have control and power in the game of love. To know with 100% certainty what women actually want, even though most of them don't know themselves. To have your pick of gorgeous, amazing women. Just imagine for a minute. Imagine all that anxiety and fear and disappointment and anger you feel around women right now just disappearing almost like magic. Better than that, imagine having a girlfriend who 100% loves you and who's so gorgeous she makes every friend of yours gnaw their arms off with jealousy. Would that feel good? Would that feel amazing? So let's just get to brass tacks and talk about the special one-time enrollment fee I've negotiated with Miss X as part of this presentation, and the bonus trainings I've convinced her to include as part of the special market test. Now first, the bad news. The bad news is that when I first talked to Miss X about this, she insisted that we charge $497 for this life-changing program. And $497 was a totally fair price for this program because of the depth of the material and because the techniques and tricks in this program have only ever been shared with her high-priced private coaching clients before, and because Miss X is terrified that if we set the price too low, this stuff will get into the wrong hands. But here's the good news. I know that even though you'd agree with me that completely changing your relationship with women is worth way more than $497, heck, I bet you'd agree it's worth thousands, that with today's economy, it might just be too much for you to handle right now. So I did something crazy and even a little bit selfish for you. See, if you've watched this far through this presentation, I know it's because you want this. You want to open up the mind, heart, and body of women as easily as you open a book. And the idea that a good guy like you won't have access to this while jocks and jerks continue to get all the girls just pisses me off. So first I convinced Miss X to cut the cost of Crack the Girl Code from $497 to $197 as a market test. A total steal considering how this material is going to change your life forever. Now I know even $197 can seem like a lot of money, and I don't want something as stupid as a few dollars to hold you back. So if you promise me you'll act right now, and they'll actually use the incredible material Miss X has created for you, I'll let you have lifetime enrollment in the complete Crack the Girl Code training for just one single payment of $49.99. Just pay this one tiny fee right now, and you get lifetime access to the program and never have to pay anything else again, no matter how long you're in the program and how many times we update it. Plus, just to make this a no-brainer for you, I'll flat out give you 5 of Miss X's advanced trainings for free. First, you'll get How to Avoid the Friend Zone. In this 1-hour audio training, Miss X will reveal the exact psychological process women use to subconsciously decide to put a guy in the friend zone. Plus, you'll learn how to use friend zone armor to keep any girl you meet from putting you in the zone in the future, and how to get out of the friend zone just by saying 3 little words. Next, you'll get the Sexual Escalation Formula. In this training, Miss X teaches you how to physically and sexually escalate with a woman so you can go from holding hands to hot and heavy in minutes. Third, you'll get My First Ever One-Night Stand, in which Miss X teaches you how to make a one-night stand into a fun adventure for a girl. Plus, she'll teach you the F-buddy phrase that takes all the pressure off so she can let you ravish her and just have fun. Bonus 4 is Miss X's Simple Seduction Checklist, a simple step-by-step instruction sheet that makes it actually impossible to fail once you've set your sights on a girl. And finally, you'll get the Connection Factor training, which allows you to be incredibly direct with women, say exactly what you want, and have her thanking you and smiling wide as she pulls you by the belt to the bedroom. You'll get everything I have talked about, the complete Crack the Girl Code program, all the bonuses, lifetime access, all for just one single payment right now. And all you have to do is click the button below this video to enroll in the program right now. And of course, you're backed up by Michael Fiore's risk-free, no loopholes, 100% money-back guarantee. Here's how this works and all you have to do. Just say maybe to Crack the Girl Code. Go through the program, do the exercises, listen to the secrets Miss X has to tell you. Use your amazing new power over women to experience for yourself just how differently they react to you, look at you, feel around you. If for any reason at all you decide Crack the Girl Code isn't worth much, much more than the tiny enrollment fee you're investing today, just contact our customer support at any time in the next 60 days, and we'll refund your money as quickly as we can. It takes a day or two for processing. Now, why am I willing to be so generous with this guarantee? Because I want this for you. I want you to feel what it's like to be lusted after by a woman, to have your pick of any girl you want, to finally get that girl who ignored you to look at you with longing in her eyes. And I want this for the women out there too, women who write into me every day wondering where the good guys are, when I know great guys like you are everywhere, totally invisible to women because you don't understand them the way you need to. And again, all you have to do to enroll is click the button below this video to enroll in the program right now. Now, before we go, I want to talk to you about the one thing women find more attractive than confidence. Ask any woman when she's feeling honest, and she'll tell you that the one thing women are more attracted to than confidence is decisiveness. Women are drawn like moths to a flame by a man who knows who he is, knows what he wants, and isn't afraid to go after it. Which brings us to a really simple decision you need to make right now. If you're still here, it's because you want this. You want to know what it's like to have women pounding down your door, to have the magic power to make a woman feel better physically and emotionally than she ever has before. To basically be a drug women can't get enough of. And right now, you're at a fork in the road. You've got to choose a path that will affect the rest of your life right now. And you really have just two options. Option one is for you to leave this page. Ignore that craving you've got in your heart. Go back to yearning after women in the street, lusting after the girl in the cubicle next to you, burying your anger in video games and work, and seeing women as some kind of alien species you want so much. You can go back to feeling that anger well up in you when that one gorgeous girl, the one who treats you like her gay best friend, comes crying to you when some 6'5" caveman breaks her heart. You can go back to peacocking yourself and trying to be a pickup artist, feeling that crazy anxiety when you walk up to a girl, feeling your testicles crawl up inside your body and your face flush red when she sees right through your lines and games and ignores you or even laughs in your face. You can make the decision not to make any decision at all and find yourself wondering why hot, beautiful women ignore you, shove you into the friend zone, say how nice you are behind your back while refusing to even think about dating you. Or you can make a real decision as a man. You can risk absolutely nothing, enroll in Crack the Girl Code, and learn the simple, proven method to have all the sex, all the love, all the success with women you've wanted since you were a 14-year-old kid lusting after cheerleaders in math class. Simply click the button below this video right now. Enter your credit card information, take a deep breath, risk nothing, and dive into a whole new world where women are easy. Easy to understand, easy to talk to, easy to date, easy to sleep with. Feel for yourself what it's like to have absolute control over your relationships with women. Become that one irresistible beacon women can't help but be drawn to, and let Miss X do all the work as you finally get the girl part of your life figured out. Think about it enough and you'll realize right away it's not really a decision at all. Again, all you have to do is click the button below this video to enroll in the program right now. Simply click the button, enter your credit card information on the next page, and I can't wait to hear about your success with Crack the Girl Code. Thanks, I've been Michael Fiore. Still here? Let me just answer some of the questions that might be holding you back from enrolling in Crack the Girl Code and getting what you really want with women. Now, question number one.
Why can't you just tell me who Miss X is?
Good question. As I said before earlier in the video, the reason is because she asked me not to. Miss X is pretty well known out there. She has a podcast. She's on television regularly. She's on the radio regularly. She writes for pretty famous blogs and magazines. And the material she's teaching in Crack the Girl Code is deeper, darker, and more effective than anything she's able to say in all of these public media kind of places. So she requested the only people who find out who she really is are people who enroll in the program. Once you enroll in the program, you'll get to discover exactly who she is within a few short minutes of entering the program. Question 2.
How the heck can a woman teach me how to meet women? Is she a lesbian?
No, she's not a lesbian. At least I don't think so, last I checked. But Miss X is a woman who spent her entire life learning as much as she can about girls. Actually, a conversation I had with her about this revealed a lot, where she told me that her entire life, she always kind of felt like she was in disguise to a certain degree. She always felt like she got along better with guys, geeky guys like you or me, than she ever did with girls. But because she's a beautiful woman, she was able to go undercover and discover the true secrets about women. What women want, what women are looking for in a guy, how to be the guy that women simply can't resist. So she can give you insight into women that no guy, no pickup artist ever can. And I will tell you, pickup artists in many ways are good at teaching you how to meet a woman and have her like you for 10 minutes to 2 hours. If that's what you're looking for, if you're looking to trick women into having a brief fling with you, unsatisfying and never want to come back again, they can probably teach you that. But what Miss X teaches you is the true psychology of women, what women really want, and how to get women to like you, fall for you, maybe even fall in love with you for as long as you want. So if you're looking for something a little deeper than just a 10-minute fling, she's the only one who can teach you that. Question 3.
I live outside the United States, and these women are different. Will this work for me?
This will work for you if you're in India, if you're in Pakistan, if you're in Russia, if you're on Mars, as far as I can tell. Women are women wherever you go in the world. Yes, there are going to be some cultural differences in India or Russia or China or whatever else, but fundamentally, psychologically, evolutionarily, women are the same. And the concepts and ideas and techniques and tricks that Miss X is going to teach you will work no matter what culture you're in. Question number 4.
I have a very small penis. Will this work for me?
As Miss X is going to tell you in the program, the size of your penis is not by any means the most important thing to women. Women only really care about the size of your penis if they don't have anything else about you they really like. If you're able to make her feel understood, make her feel wanted, make her feel like there's a connection, that'll be the last thing on her mind. And like I said before, for women, sex is 90% mental. Now, sure, it's nice to have a little bit of extra equipment if the guy she's with doesn't understand anything else about sex or women. But once you learn these secrets, it'll be the last thing on her mind. Question 5.
Can I trust your guarantee?
Yeah, the answer is yes. Now, I totally understand where you're coming from. It can feel like you're taking a little bit of a risk here, but I guarantee that you are not. We have been in business for quite a few years at this point, and I will tell you right now, a small percentage of people that buy Crack the Girl Code or buy any of our other products do actually come back to us and say, hey, Mike, you know what? This wasn't quite what I was looking for. I'd like my money back. Now, it does take a day or two after you get in touch with our customer service for your refund to be processed. Nothing we can do about that. There's no magic button we can push to have the money magically appear in your account within 5 seconds of your email. But if you do send in an email to customer support saying the product wasn't for you, we will have Maggie, our customer support person, take care of it. Within about 1 or 2 business days, that's Monday to Friday, not holidays, you will have your refund. It's just as simple as that. It doesn't bother us when this kind of thing happens because we know that 95, 96% of people who get this product are going to be incredibly happy about it and get great results with it. So if it's not for you, all that means to us is it opens up another spot for somebody else who is going to get great value out of the program. Question 6.
Is this going to cost me money every month?
No, not at all. Actually, I totally understand where you're coming from. There are people out there who will be sneaky and try to get you to buy one thing and then charge you every single month on some kind of continuity program. If we ever are going to sell you anything that has continuity where you have to pay every single month, Golly Gee will actually tell you that. So for this particular program, it is just one payment. You just pay that one payment right now. Click the button down below, enter your credit card information, enter the payment, and you get access to Crack the Girl Code forever, as long as it is online, which should be for years and years and years. So please don't worry. Question 7.
I'm over 40. Can I use this stuff?
Yes, definitely. If you're over 40, over 50, over 60, the psychology of women doesn't really change. If you're a guy who recently got divorced and is now back out in the dating world, especially if you're looking to date women who are, 10, 15 years younger than you, if that's what you're looking for, this will teach you exactly what you need to know in order to connect with women on a truly primal level. Question 8.
Can I get the discount and bonuses if I think about it and come back later?
No, you can't. Plain and simple, like I said before, this is a market test that we're doing here, especially at this price with this package. It is totally possible that Miss X will come back to me and say, hey, Mike, you know what? This is getting a little bit too big. A few too many guys are getting into this, and I need you to take it down. That could happen at any given time. She could send me a text or call me on the phone and say that. So if you leave this page, if you think about it for a few days, it is totally possible you'll return later. You'll say to yourself, hey, I'm going to invest in this. I'm going to get this program and really change my life with women, and you won't be allowed to. And please don't email me or anything like that complaining if that happens. You were given the chance to get the program at a pretty dramatic discount. And if you pass it up, you pass it up. There's really nothing I can do about that. Question number 9.
Will this stuff help me get my ex-girlfriend back?
The answer is yes. If your ex-girlfriend broke up with you because she said that you weren't connected to her in some way, if she felt like she was never understood by you, if you felt like your relationship devolved from romance and fun and sexiness and all these wonderful things into something boring where she was nagging you all the time, if you go through this material and actually put it into effect, that simply won't be a fact anymore. She'll see you out in the world and she'll come up to you and she'll say, something is different about you. She'll find herself as attracted to you, if not more attracted to you, than she was when she first met you. Now, hopefully that answers most of the questions you might have that are holding you back from grabbing the Crack the Girl Code program, which means all you have to do right now is click the button below, enter your credit card information on the next page, and enroll in the program. Like I said before, you have nothing to risk here. You can enter your credit card information, pay for the program. It's only one fee. There's no, continuing payment or anything like that. And you will get inside the program. You'll be able to see for yourself how powerful the material that Miss X is giving you actually is. You'll be able to use this stuff out in the world within the next few days and see for yourself just how effective it actually is. You're not risking anything. All I'm asking you to do is try this out for your own sake. I was right where you are just a few short years ago, and my life changed fundamentally once I understood the concepts and the tools that Miss X is going to provide for you. So please simply click the button below and enroll in Crack the Girl Code right now.